Hello everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of my Pokemon Platinum Let's Play. As always, I am Magnificent Entertainer, Bulbagarden's multimedia executive. In the last episode, we arrived in Eterna City, and explored it and the surrounding area except for the gym. So, in this episode, we're going to be taking on the gym leader. Hi, I'm Gardenia. I'm this town's gym leader. My last challenger was this awfully speedy young guy. Actually, his name was Zexy. He told me about you. He said that another challenger's on the way, so that made me antsy. At my gym, no one gets to battle with the gym leader, me, until the end. The gym leader has to beat all of the other gym trainers first. I'll be waiting for you in the back, trainer. Don't disappoint me. Alright, let's go in after her. Hey there, how's it going, champ-to-be? Actually, that's what I said to some boy who zipped in here earlier, too. The gym leader, Gardenia, is a user of Grass-type Pokemon. Should be obvious, but Grass-type Pokemon really hate fire. They're also at a huge disadvantage against the Flying-type, too. Oh, wait a second, I should tell you about the gym itself first. Yes, we already heard that we can't challenge the gym leader until we beat the gym trainers. Gardenia told us that, and we had to talk to her to get in here. Anyway, like he said, this is a grass-type gym, and because of that, Heracross is going to be our star player. It's a bug-type, so it already resists grass-type moves, and it's got the Guts ability, which means that if one of them does happen to inflict it with a status condition, like poison or paralysis, its attack stat is going to be boosted significantly. Now, the main gimmick of this gym is a floral clock, and I actually kind of like how it's not necessarily tied into grass types themselves. It's more so tied into Eterna City, which of course is the City of Eternity, and they have a statue of either the Pokemon of Time or Space out in the town square. But I will say you actually can connect this to grass types because, of course, Time is an herb. So that's also kind of funny. It works on multiple levels. And of course, once we actually get to the gym leader, I can actually say, with little to no irony, that I am going to clean Gardenia's clock. Alright, without further ado, actually exactly like this trainer says, without further ado, let's do this. You guys didn't come here to hear me ramble about clocks and time. You came here to see me kick butt. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, Heracross. Let's take out this Cherim, no problem. We've got Aerial Ace on Heracross, which is a flying-type move. It may not get same-type attack bonus, but Heracross does have a pretty big attack stat, so it's going to be pretty devastating coming from something with that high of an attack. One more Aerial Ace. And that takes you out. And this allows us to grow to level 21. Very good. And we defeated last Caroline. Giggle! The clock will turn now. Yes, defeating the trainer will make that clock turn, because apparently we can't step on the flowers, we have to step on those giant leafy petal hands instead. And this one keeps ticking away. Takes a little while, but don't worry. Alright, let's pop over here, pop down here. My Grass-type Pokemon can dole out some serious special attacks. I won't let you win easily. Sure. What do you got, and what do you want to bet that I can beat it easily with Heracross? A Badoo. Badoo's got some decent special attack, but, I mean, it's not even evolved. It's a baby Pokemon. I can take it out with Aerial Ace, no problem. Yeah, there we go. One-shotted. And what do you want to bet her other Pokemon are also Badoo? Alright, I mean, at least this one is one level higher. But again, no problem. It's one-shotted. Alright, next up, of course, is a final Badoo. This one is level 17, so it's big and bad. Or not. Yeah, so much for not letting me win easily. All I had to do was select one attack and hit the A button 3 times. The more beautiful a flower, the faster it withers. That was pretty fast. Yes, every time I beat a trainer, the floral clock moves, and the fountain will also stop, allowing us to go back to the Pokemon Center, because apparently my trainer is too much of a hydrophobe to walk through water. And here we go. This one is pretty short. Yeah. And we gotta wait for the fountain animation to stop. Yes. Alright, you. What do you got? You can't win when you're distracted by the lovely aromas of Pokemon. Well, like I told a previous aroma lady, I can't smell video games, so I'm not going to be distracted at all. And you've got a Roselia, which is at least better than the previous trainer's 3 Badoo. Let's try one more Aerial Ace. And that takes you out in one shot. Oh, that was a critical. Very nice. Takes you out in one shot. We gain 618 and don't quite make it to level 22. Yes, my inability to conceal my skill. I am very skilled. And yes, there is only the gym leader left. Don't be afraid. Well, I'm not particularly afraid of her first 2 Pokemon. Her last Pokemon can be pretty dangerous. But, you know, I think I can handle it with Heracross. I hope I can, because if I can't, that's that's going to be a bit of a problem. Alright, well, you can go back to the Pokemon Center to heal if you want to. As for me, literally the only thing is that I've lost some PP for Aerial Ace. You probably want to save here, just in case something doesn't go your way. I, on the other hand, am not going to, just in case something happens and I have to scrap the recording, as actually happened to a previous recording. I didn't realize that my mic was off while I was battling the gym leader, so note to anyone out there who's trying their own Let's Play, make sure your equipment is working before you start recording. Anyway, let's do this. You kept me waiting. I'm Eterna's gym leader, Gardenia, the Grass-type master. When I first saw you, I was convinced you'd find your way to me. My hunch was right on the money. You have a winning aura about you. So anyway, this will be fun. Let's have our battle. And yes, we're going to start off battling Gardenia, the second gym leader of Sinnoh, who has a Turtwig, level 20, with the moves Grass Knot, Razor Leaf, Sunny Day, and Reflect, and the ability Overgrow. Now that Turtwig is mostly going to try to get up a Reflect, which is actually kind of bad because that halves the damage of physical attacks like Aerial Ace, or it's going to try to get off a Sunny Day, which is useful for her, well, for one of her other Pokemon. I believe it's pretty defensive, so it probably will survive this Aerial Ace. Yeah, it survived just barely, and of course it puts up the Reflect, which will make it a little bit more of a pain to knock out, but she's probably going to heal this turn, so we're going to waste some of those turns with that Reflect up. You know, yeah, it's going to take me 3 hits to take this thing out now, but that's 3 hits, and that's 3 turns of the Reflect down, which will make it easier to deal with in her future Pokemon. And she uses Razor Leaf. I'm not sure why. Well, I guess that's one of her 2 offensive moves. It doesn't do much to Heracross. And is she going to heal again? No, she is not. Turtwig goes down. Alright, we came out of that relatively unscathed, and we grow to level 22. And her next Pokemon is Cherrim, which is level 20. It has the moves Grass Knot, Magical Leaf, Leech Seed, and Safeguard. Again, Grass Knot, Magical Leaf not going to do much to Heracross. That Leech Seed can be dangerous, and Safeguard will prevent you from inflicting her Pokemon with status conditions like Paralysis. Reflect is still up, so this probably won't one-hit KO, and she goes for the Safeguard. Okay. So we will use Aerial Ace. And yeah, that's doing nothing, but Reflect wore off, so we can probably get up another Aerial Ace, and she goes for the Leech Seed. No surprises there, but that could potentially be dangerous. Anyway, with Reflect down, Oh, it barely survives. Alright, she's potentially going to heal now. We'll use one more aerial. Yeah, she used the super potion to heal up that Cherim. This is wasting turns of that safeguard, so I'm okay with this. And even with the Leech Seed, one more aerial ace should take it out. So, let's do this. Grass Knot. That's not funny, you know. Alright. That did it. And Cherim goes down. Gain a good amount of experience from that. And her last Pokemon is a level 22 Roserade holding a Citrus Berry. It's got the moves Grass Knot, Magical Leaf, Poison Sting, and Stun Spore. This thing is pretty dangerous. And it has the ability Natural Cure. So if it wasn't her last Pokemon, if you inflicted it with the status condition and she switched it, it would come in without the status condition. This thing is pretty dangerous, but she's used up, I believe, both of her Hyper Potions. So I'm going to switch over to Masquerose, hoping that she uses Magical Leaf or Grass Knot, and just to get rid of that Leech Seed. But yeah, she's used up both of her Hyper Potions, so I think... Oh, Stun Spore, alright. And no longer protected by Safeguard, so let's try my own Stun Spore on you. Just soften you up a bit. And the Roserade can't really do much to my Masquerose. The most devastating attack it can do is Poison Sting, and you can see even that's not doing too much. Alright, so we paralyzed you. Let's take a turn, and we're going to heal up Heracross. I don't want to take any chances here. And she's going for a Poison Sting. And I, of course, do not want Masquerose to faint, because that will reduce its happiness. So we'll switch back to Heracross. I'm calling that she's going to use Poison Sting. If she poisons my Heracross, that will be fantastic, because that'll activate Guts. And critical hit, but no paralysis. Alright, we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. We are faster because she's paralyzed. And critical hit, so we didn't even need the Guts boost. We one-shotted that Roserade, gained 480 experience on 2 of our teammates, and we've defeated leader Gardenia. Amazing, you're very good, aren't you? And we gained... yeah, that was a good battle. I might have said it before, but you're really tough. Wasn't it hard for you to raise your Pokemon to be so good? Kinda. I did a little bit of grinding in the Eterna Forest, but not too much. I guess that's a measure of how much you love your Pokemon. Yes, I love my Pokemon. That's why I want you to inflict my Heracross with as many status conditions as possible. In recognition of that, I proudly grant you this. And we get the Forest Badge. Hooray! With the Forest Badge, our Pokemon can now finally use the hidden move Cut. And all Pokemon received in trades will obey us up to level 30. And she gives us the TM86 Grass Knot. Yes, one of her favorite moves, and it does more damage depending on how heavy the foe is. Heracross is a pretty light Pokemon despite being fully evolved, so Grass Knot wouldn't have done much to it. I don't think we actually saw Grass Knot. Oh wait, yes we did with the Cherim. But yeah, so let's see, what do you got to say? Oh, Engie, you've beaten the gym leader. Your Pokemon look much tougher than when they went in too. At least that's how I see it. Yeah, we gained another few levels on Heracross. Alright, now we're going to go heal up, and then we're actually not going to advance. We could go and explore the Galactic building now and take out Team Galactic, but I think that what we're going to be doing for the rest of the episode is we're going to just go back and we're going to explore all of the older areas that we can now get to because we have Cut. There aren't many, so it didn't really need to be a full episode by itself. So let's head out to the west, back to Route 205. And we're going to go this way on our way through to the Eterna Forest. And we can actually completely bypass the entire Eterna Forest now if we have cut. So we just cut down that little tree. If we go back here, there are some berries for us. We can pick 2 orange berries. And we can grab a cherry berry. And we have not seen these next 2 yet. That is 2 block berries. Those are poffin ingredients. And these are 2 raspberries. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Well, okay, I guess the ground isn't technically a man, so it's fine. And I will be planting berries here later, but since that's kind of boring to watch, I'm not going to make you sit through that. Anyway, let's go up here. And we can pick up a silver powder that boosts the power of bug-type moves. Heracross does not have any of those yet, but that will be useful at some point in the future. And over here we have the TM82 Sleep Talk, which if your Pokemon is asleep, it can use that and it'll randomly use one of the other moves in its moveset. Not something that I'm going to be using on my team, but TMs are always good. Alright, you, what have you got? Oh, are you collecting accessories? I've got something for you, and she gives us the Big Tree accessory. Over here there's another honey tree. And we can chop down this tree over here. And we're back on Route 205. Now we're gonna hop down some ledges, and you can see my horribly neglected berry plants over there. Hop down some more ledges. Run through here, more neglected berry plants, and we are back in Floroma Town. There's nothing here for us, so we immediately go out the south to Route 204. And over here, there's another tree for us to cut down. And back here, hidden among all these trees in this very secluded area, we find this lady. What you doing back here, lady? Hi, are you the flirty type? I'm asking you this to make a point. What kind of point are you trying to make, lady? I teach at the trainer's school, and I'd like to give you a lesson. But before I do, I'd like you to have this TM, and she gives us the TM78 Captivate. You know how Pokemon have genders, like there are males and females? Yes. Well, the move Captivate only works against the opposite gender. For example, it only works when used by a male Pokemon on a female. The move sharply lowers the target's special attack, or for short. You probably know this, but a TM is good. Yes, we've already had like 3 or 4 different people tell us that. I'm not going to be using Captivate, just because it's gender locked, and even though you do get a sharply lowered stat out of it, it's really not worth it. Like, I kind of thought it wasn't worth it to put up a repel, but apparently it was. Alright, we're just gonna get out of here. Run. Run away! Actually, I'm gonna switch up my team a bit. We're gonna put Masquerose in the front. And we limp back to Floroma Town after that encounter with the horrible level 9 Starly. Back to Route 205. And I will put up a repel for this. Just run, run, run. Run, run, run. And I will deal with all of my berries and stuff off screen. And this time we're actually going to go back through the Eterna Forest the long way, with no Cheryl to help us out this time, but that's okay, because we've already defeated all of the trainers around here. And yeah, I mean, I really like this place. It's very calm, it's very peaceful. It's actually nighttime now, which you can tell by looking at my digital clock app. There's a reason that I'm doing this at night, which you will see in a bit. And by a bit, I mean right now. Well, Okay, not right now, right now. And hey, didn't we just defeat you? What are you doing over here? Hiya! Were you intrigued by the rumors going around too? What rumors? You know, people have been talking about the ghost Pokemon of the old chateau. Been hearing rumors about sinister shadows too. I should check it out myself, but going in there is... well, you know, being that I'm a gym leader, I'm always busy. So, since I'm busy, I can't go in. It's not because I'm scared. So good luck with your investigation. And she runs off because she's too chicken to explore the haunted house. This is the main area that you want to explore now that you have cut. There's a lot of good stuff for us to get here. And I'm going to activate another repel before I run into a billion wild Pokemon. Well, I don't want to run into the fence either. Alright, back here, you can pick up an insect plate. There is text engraved on the back of the obtained plate. The power of defeated giants infuses this plate. I love how it's the insect plate, and bugs are generally these teeny tiny little things, and yet the power of defeated giants goes in and infuses the item that powers up bug-type moves. Isn't that lovely? And over here, we can pick up an ether. And let's actually go in and explore this spooky old house in the middle of these woods. And let's pop in right over here. This is, of course, Sinnoh's haunted house. And if we go over here, you can pick up a honey right by this box over here. And you can pick up a rare candy from over here. Definitely appropriate items to have in a kitchen. And you can't read what that says. Now this kitchen, this dining room area actually, is potentially where you can find the ghost of a butler. It's a fairly rare occurrence, and unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm getting to show that here, but well, just note that you can sometimes find that. Over here you can find a big pearl. That's a useful item to sell. And of course every Pokemon game's gotta have a haunted house. It appears as if it is glaring. Yeah, the statues are very suspicious here. Or I should say the statue, singular. We go in over here, and the trash can is empty, but what is this? It's an old notebook. There's something scrawled in it. Some hing so pecu are should make off it the mutt. Well, that's weird. The rest of the pages are blank. That's not suspicious at all. Alright, let's run across the hallway. Or let's activate another repel. A little worried that I didn't bring enough, but I think I should be fine. And if we go over here, we can find an old Gateau. That's the only one in the game. I believe it's just a full heal, so there's nothing really significant about it other than that's the only one in the game. These notebooks apparently don't have anything worth reading on them. So we go back, and let's check out over here. And there's this long hallway. Let's start on this end. Back here, you can grab the TM90 substitute. And if you go over to the next room, in here, if you take a look up here, when you're not looking at it, you see that it's got these little red eyes that are staring at you. Now, I believe it's in this room that if you're still playing this on an old DS and you've got a Game Boy Advance Pokemon cartridge, so that's Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green, if you've got one of those connected to the GBA port, I believe you can find Wild Gengar in here at 1% of the time, which is actually very nice. Gengar is ridiculously overpowered for this point in the game, and ridiculously overpowered in general. Being able to get one right after the second badge without having to trade is incredible. Anyway, go into the master bedroom. I don't think there's anything significant here, but I think sometimes when you walk in here you can see the ghost of a little girl that walks out of the next room over. Repel's effect wore off. I've only got a few left, but I think this should be enough. Alright, there's nothing in here of significance, and you see that there's a flickering TV in the next room. We're going to skip that, and we're going to go straight to the end of the hall first. And over here we pick up the Dread Plate. There is text engraved on the back of the obtained plate. 2 beings of time and space, set free from the original one. That's not ominous at all. Alright, now if we go in here, this is the main reason to come here, and this is why you want to come here at night. I'm actually going to save, and hope that nothing goes wrong with this recording. And I certainly recommend that you save as well, because here, inside the TV, there appears to be a Pokemon. The Pokemon appears as if it will come out. Want to thump the TV? Sure, why not? And here we have Rotom, which is only found here in the old chateau, and it's only found at night. It is level 20 with the moves Thunder Shock, Confuse Ray, Uproar, and Double Team, and the ability Levitate. So despite being an electric ghost type, don't try to use any ground type moves on it because it's immune. Now, I'm going with Masquerose first because I want to get up a Stun Spore before it uses too many double teams. Paralyzing this thing will make it easier to catch. Now, it does have Double Team, which of course boosts its evasion. I've got on Heracross, I've got Aerial Ace, which which never misses and would be resisted by Rotom. So, that's something useful to keep in mind just in case the worst happens. Anyway, Rotom here is actually one of my favorite Pokemon, and it actually is also the first shiny Pokemon. Oh, critical. The first shiny Pokemon that I ever caught. I found it in Platinum. Not the first time that I went for it, but I only had to reset about 7 times, which was actually great. Yeah, Rotom here, it's got the lowest catch rate of anything that we've seen so far. So you're going to want to come prepared with a lot of different Pokeballs. I do have a Great Ball that I might use if it looks like things aren't going to go my way, but, well, that was actually ridiculously easy. So much for you being difficult to catch. Yeah, Shiny Rotom was the first shiny that I ever got, and I just love the concept of Rotom anyway. Pokemon, its electric-like body can enter some kinds of machines and take control in order to make mischief. No, I am not going to give a nickname to Rotom, and no, it is not going to be another member of my team. But let's check it out anyway, because it's, it's a unique Pokemon. And if you do want to see all of your Pokemon for the Sinnoh Dex, you actually have to come here and do this. It's alright, it's got a quirky nature. I believe that's a neutral nature, as you can see from the happily eats anything. And these are its stats. So, not bad at all. And it only took us 1 Pokeball to catch, which was great. Alright, there is more to Rotom, and I will actually be showing that off. I believe I have found a way to show that off, but that won't be until a much, much, much later point in this Let's Play. Just because there really isn't a good way to show that at this point in time. And, because what you could show, the other gimmicks that Rotom had to it, were only available via event, and the events are long since discontinued, considering the fact that this game is, well, pretty old. And with that, we've returned to Eterna City. We actually have done quite a bit this episode. We've defeated a gym leader, we've caught the Pokemon Rotom, and we've pretty much explored everything that there was to explore without moving forward with our new HM. So, with that, I will see you all next time.